Time to be live. Dun dun dun. Hey, which way is north?
That way. I gotta have that behind me so I know which way to go.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's have a little fun here.
It's 11 o'clock at night. Nobody's gonna join.
It's 3 hours. It's gonna be all the California boys showing up. We just went live.
Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, a few minutes.
That's right. Give a few minutes going there. I sent a link over to Eagle Eye. See if he joins.
Well, hurry up. What's up, Chico Wise, Blue Healer?
Got Blue Healer out there, Chico Wise. Chico, you want to jump on here, fool? Put your email address, or is it chicowise@gmail.com? Tell me. Bad Billy.
What's happening, El
Gato. That's Chris. That's my brother.
Up, Bad Billy?
Bad Billy 429.
That's that. Rick's heard me use that nickname before. I said El Gato. I am the El Gato.
El Gato Grande. All right. We got some people popping up. Let's see if I can.
I got half of mine to go get a laptop instead of doing this on my phone.
Why are you on your phone anyways?
Susan Holmes was brutally arrested during a live stream. What's up, shooting with Uncle Dan, George Washington? How are you, sir?
Some hogs there, Uncle Dan. Hopefully that invite's still good.
We need to make a trip out to Texas. We've been talking about it for 2 years.
I know. I want to go out there and see Uncle Dan and blast some hogs.
What's up, Papa's Place?
George Washington's out there. Top of the evening to you, my friends. What are we educating
on tonight? I have no idea.
I changed the name to it's time to get educated.
Oh.
So that's why I said that. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I have the ballistic gelatin in the oven. My wife is not happy, but
that's like 8 hours, right?
Well, I think you can do it for 4, but Corey was saying that 8 works better. I don't think I'm going to let it sit that long. I'll just let it stay in the oven overnight after I turn it off. But hold on. Yeah, I'm going to do, I guess next test we'll do 300 blackout, subsonic. And then we'll do like 5.56, like a bonded bullet.
Are we shooting through the walls again?
Yeah, man, that really dirtied up that ballistics gel bad because it took all the drywall in with it.
It was the insulation that was worse.
Well, yeah, man, I dug out so much insulation it wasn't even funny.
Yeah, for sure. Watching Tombstone.
Get an electric roasting pan.
What's up,
yeah, I read that.
That'll work, huh? Yeah, because you got, I think, what'd you say, 8 hours I thought you said originally?
Well, I have the FBI gel block, so it's bigger, and I've got the melting tray for it, that big steel tray.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. I need to get some more of it is what I need to get.
Yeah, for sure. Test on Nancy. Nasty Nancy. There's TB.
There's TB. What's up? So what's the topic for tonight?
I don't know. TB, I think's at work tonight.
Yeah.
You can talk a little bit about getting back.
Hold on. Let me answer this question. Like if you're using clear ballistics, they say you can do 10 times, but you can definitely do more. But after about 10, it will start to discolor. That gel block I've got, it's really, really,
cloudy.
Really old. Yeah, it's cloudy. It's time to get more.
It still catches Still catches a bullet well.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much you remelt it; it still holds clear. The clear ballistics will still hold the 10%, regardless. Thanks, TB. Yeah, we thought it was a good idea. You should have seen us. We were like, let's grab some drywall.
We had to build the walls and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
That was fun, though. Good rounds for 9mm carbine.
No, Bad Billy, I did not see anything about the address tonight. I was actually working very late. Got tied up working with auto sears for Glocks tonight. No, you can't have one either, Rick.
That'd be illegal. I'm not allowed to have that.
That's all right. Well, you can when you're with me.
I can play with one. There's Eagle Eye. I sent you a link, Eagle Eye. So if you're not busy, she is junk, Billy. Yes, she is. She done ripped it all up. I think Bad Billy's going to get a Tika one of these days soon.
Yeah, that's a nice rifle for sure.
Edgy McKay.
What's up, Kenneth? Yeah, sorry I had to leave last night. My wife started watching some Netflix with my daughter, and that kills the internet here. So, yeah.
That was a good chat last night. Right after you left, it started getting good.
Yeah, well, maybe I need to leave again.
No, people were asking great questions. There was a guy out there called what was it? A-Man? No, a shooter. Shit, I forgot already. But he was very knowledgeable in reloading. Bad Billy said shooting a Glock 18 is high on his list. Those aren't that great, man. Those things want to climb fast.
Yeah, it's those can be a handful.
Literally.
I didn't say it. You said it. Hey, some guy commented and said, "Hey, guy." He said, "You said, hey, guys, too many times." I was like, "Hey, guy, I appreciate you watching."
Well, it said have a shot every time Ray says, "Hey, guy."
Yeah. Well, I just never edited that out. I was in such a hurry to get that one out.
Oh, it was a gun guy. That was the guy.
Raimundo. I like that.
He was a smart dude. He was a smart dude. Get your butt in here, Kenneth. If you want, you got a link. What's this say? Cops in Colorado killed her son under very strange circumstances. I'll shut her up. No. Damn cops. Raimundo, that's my cousin's name. Actually, it is. Oh, I was gonna say that's my buddy. Where the hell's he at? El Gato. That is his brother's name, Ray, as well. Mm-hmm. Is only for crowd control. One of those guns you turn sideways. Once you turn it sideways, it's very inaccurate. It only hits people you're not aiming at. How does the one shut up? Yeah, look at that.
Look what showed up on my doorstep today.
Yep.
I know they're pricey, but guys, if you have not tried one of these Trigger Tech AR diamonds out, it is the best thing going for an AR trigger. I've never felt anything like it. I am going to be running that in the Bushnell Elite Sniper match.
That'll be cool. Here's a question for us.
Yeah, about doing any testing on denim and ballistics gel. We did that once when Corey and I shot into the ballistics gel, but that's part of the problem. Even with that wall, man, we pulled in so much insulation.
Yeah. It'd be kind of cool if when you heat it up, all that stuff either settles to the top or the bottom, you know?
Yeah. Thanks, Red October. We had a fun time with that.
Chris Fitzpatrick, how you doing? Just get a CMC.
Yeah. You know, I actually just shot some CMC triggers the other day. I was doing some zeroing on some rifles, and they're good triggers. They are for the money, but I really don't think you can compare anything out there to the Trigger Tech right now on the AR Diamond for a precision AR rifle.
Make sure you guys pay attention to TB. You don't want to get him on your bad side, so you should do what he says. Thanks, TB. Always a great supporter of the channel. Cannot ask for better. Let's see. CMC. Yeah, that is Christopher Michael something. I've known that lad right here for, let's see, I'm almost 50. At least 40 years, 42 years or so.
Thanks, Steel Punisher. Yeah, I think we're probably going to end up seeing more Fire Marshal Bill.
I had fun with that.
My wife said she could hear you at the bottom, all the way at the house at the where they were at. She goes, "What were y'all doing up there?" I said, "He was being stupid." She's never seen Fire Marshal Bill.
He hasn't? That's funny.
Yeah, Bad Billy says he's got a trigger tech in his crossbow, and I remember him commenting when I made that video. Says it's great.
36 years. Damn. Yeah.
That's the pocket size compass there.
What else is going on? Shooting with Uncle.
What's up, Mike D? MCK says deja vu. Yep, all over again. It was late last night.
That's right. We had fun. We got to get Kenneth in here, though. Get old Kenneth.
Let me tell you something.
I can't do it. I got to be loud, and everybody's sleeping right now. I had fun with that. And then that one, my other guy, $1,500.
I didn't think that was funny.
I loved it. And then the thing at the end about the hit the button thing.
Yeah, I did see that. I watched it.
First time for everything.
That's it.
Fuzz 4K out there. Lakeview Outdoors. Thanks for showing up. I thought it was just the iced tea. No. Well, part of it, yeah. This one right here, sponsored by Pure Leaf Sweet Tea and
Diet Coke.
We got it backwards. There you go.
I'm trying to twist it around without spilling it.
No, Jack. Ray didn't get better internet. His wife's just on watching Netflix tonight.
Yeah, she turned it on while we were on the chat last night. When her and my daughter started watching it, it killed the internet here. So,
Mike D says, great videos that you both did recently. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Mine was better than Ray's, though. You got to admit.
No. Yeah. I'm too serious on mine. I just can't change it. That's all. It is what it is.
See, Jack Miller says the $1,500 was great. See, he liked that. I got a lot of good comments on that video. They liked all that funniness. You know, the stuff that you don't do. It's called funny.
It's called humor. That's why you're on my channel. You're the humor.
You know, that's kind of stuff. Yeah, he left early because his internet was getting sucked up by Netflix. Dun dun dun. All right, so
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and address this now. And
right here,
shooting with Uncle Dan says Diet Cokes are terrible for your health, sir.
It is.
All right, so I've read a lot of studies. Okay, look, we are all going to die. I have been drinking Diet Coke since it was invented. I started with Tab when I was like 12 years old. Hey, there was no other diet drinks at the time.
I'm booting your ass. Nope, you're gone. All right, go. Just kidding. Yeah, I know you like that.
So I literally switched. Literally, there you go. I switched to Diet Coke when I was about 13. I figure, hey, 50 now. I'm not dead yet, so.
That's right. We got Mikey D. He's laughing. We got Jack Miller says Ray has all the information and crap in his videos.
Yeah, crap. Red October. I actually met Rick at the gun range.
Yes.
And we started talking, and I saw this guy with a red hat and a blue shirt. Oh, that's what he's wearing tonight too. He was wearing. I think he was wearing that same outfit.
Probably.
It was years ago. How many years ago was that?
At least 4.5.
5.
Yeah,
I
it's
was gonna say
5.
almost 6.
No.
But anyway,
Oh.
this guy was always carrying around his phone, videoing everything. I'm like, what's up with this dude? He's weird. And we started talking, and he told me that he had a YouTube channel, and I was like, what's that? Because I really didn't get on YouTube. And anyway, that's how it started.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all gonna die.
We all.
Lakeview Outdoors. I hated his AK,
It's
and I've shot a lot of AKs. That AK,
sucks.
I would not own it for 5 minutes.
It's bad. I actually looked at getting. I was looking at some Palmetto State Armory ones and some other ones today. Might have to put that on the list. I gotta have an AK that kicks ass, and I don't have one yet. So, who's in the market for an AK? Actually, I'll have to send that over to Scott and see if he can sell it. Scott or Chris? Scott. Right?
Scott.
Yeah, Scott.
Yeah.
Oh man, so we got Rick was taking selfies. No, but I used to shoot in the shooting range, and I'd set it up kind of like I better not say. There's another channel, and he sits in the shooting range, and it's boring as hell, and that's the only place I could shoot. So that's where I would do stuff, and then I'd record doing that, like IDPA matches and stuff like that. So, yeah, ran.
All right, so hold on, I'm going to break in because he's said is 7.62 hollow point more accurate at long distance than 7.62 by 39 full metal jacket? Okay, this is where I'm going to make a lot of enemies here. I'm getting ready to lose a lot of friends. I lose a lot of viewers. I am not an AK fan. Okay, I appreciate the weapons platform. I know that they run very reliably. I shoot a lot of them, and machine gun version, they run great. And for a CQB weapon, I think they're great. However, they are not that accurate. Someone proved me wrong. This will be a good comment because we had a guy that actually wanted to shoot in one of our 3 guns when Sam and I were running those. And the guy was like, I got a Trijicon ACOG on my AK, and I'll have no problem hitting your targets. And I invited him to the range before I set up. And I said, all right, I'm going to put it was realistically, it was about an 8-inch steel at 200 yards. And I said, go ahead and hit it. And he could not hit it. He went through like
at
2 magazines
yards?
at 200 yards. And I was like, okay, so I said, first thing, let me tell you, we're going to be shooting out to 400 yards at our match. I said, I just wanted you to shoot at 200 just to see what your hit capabilities were with that AK. I've never seen great accuracy, and yes, I've hit targets at 200 and 300 yards with them, but it's kind of like hit or miss. It's not like, look, I'm going to give it the win on the power. We're not talking about the power. I'm just talking about the accuracy. And so I'm not one of those that really holds on to weapons that I don't find very accurate at distance. So that's where I'm at with it. Now let's see what we get.
And go.
Nothing. Yeah, and go. Everyone's like, no, we're in agreement.
So I don't think you ever answered the question, though.
What was the question?
Which one's more accurate, full metal jacket or hollow point?
I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with hollow point 7.62 by 39. Like the round, hate the platform.
Yeah. Well, it's like learning a whole new machine.
Yeah. So shooting with Uncle Dan, he said in the AR by the 7.62 by 39 is 2 to 3 minutes MOA with steel, which is a minute of hog. So my definition of accuracy, okay, so you guys don't know this, but I don't know, 6 months ago, I was put in alliance with PSA to get rifles to review. And if you guys noticed, I never did one. I only did the ones that John Mullally with KB32 were his personal guns. Well, PSA sent me a rifle. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to say the caliber or anything else. And it was, we could not get it to shoot any better than a 3 to 4 MOA at 100 yards. And there were some other issues with the rifle as well. Well, I sent it back, and they sent me another one, and it had worse issues for accuracy. And I typically will not have anything that won't hold 2 minutes or better at 100. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm not going to own anything that doesn't hold. I think my Glock will do that.
Yeah. Oh, my buddy says he once fell asleep watching Rick shoot. Was that live or was that on a video? Because we used to shoot every once in a while. What state is Ray in? State of confusion.
He's right. No, we're both in North Carolina.
Mr. Fuzzy Nuts. Hog hunting is Uncle Dan's thing. He knows. I know. We're waiting for the re-invite. Shot my first deer with an SKS and some wolf ammo.
The target falls asleep when Rick shoots. Oh my goodness! You know, at one time I would have agreed with you completely, but Rick stepped up his game quite a bit, especially with that Tika.
Haha, Fuzz. Oh yeah, that's Fuzz for it. Hey, the target can fall asleep as long as it don't move. It makes it easier. You got to
Ninja Scout says he's got a Vepper that will do 1-inch groups at 100 yards. Try a good AK.
I've heard nothing but great things about the Vepper.
Yeah, and there was another one that was based out of Las Vegas. Who's that one? Arsenal. Arsenal makes a good one.
Have heard that as well.
Yeah, I'm just outside of Asheville.
Ashhole.
And Rick is as well, as far as North Carolina.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, TV's over towards Charlotte. He wants to meet up, shoot at Clinton House. When it gets a little warmer. It's supposed to rain today or tomorrow and the next day.
Yeah, 3.5 inches is what they're calling for of rain.
We should go to VOD and just stand under the cover and ding.
Yeah, we could do that.
I don't know. I want to shoot. I want to shoot these right here. Oh, pretty rounds. I even cleaned a bunch of brass today. And the 21 rounds I shot earlier. Uh-oh. Mama X-Wing's nearby.
How did you know?
I don't know. I could tell.
Did you see her walk by?
Did I see her walk by? No, I could see you looking.
When she hates it when I get on the chat, she'll do this. Chatty Cathy.
That's
she
right.
makes fun of me.
Like a bunch of schoolgirls.
Yep.
Let's see what we got. What's this say? Oh, look, something new after me. Also run the ALG, AKT trigger. Big difference with that trigger.
I bet. Yeah, I bet.
Oh, he fell asleep while I was at the range shooting. That's because you need to get up and shoot. Hell yeah. Let's see, brass ammo. I'm interested to see about that polymer or whatever plastic case deal. That looks crazy. There was a guy on here. Oh, what did I do? I'm hitting buttons I shouldn't be hitting. Whoops. All right. You got any questions for the man, the myth, the legend? I'm ready for him.
Rick?
You thought I was going to say you, fool?
No, I knew you weren't.
Yes.
What's the favorite case trimmer?
Here's mine right here. The Frankfurt Arsenal. I was using it earlier. That's the one I like.
I use the Dillon. On the die.
Looks like a little robot, don't it?
Yeah, it does. All right, lay off the iced tea there, Rick.
Hey, what's the powder funnels you have? Those real nice ones. I got this cheap set that works decent. You remember who they makes them?
Of course I do. Okay, so I don't like the plastic funnels for reloading
I don't
because of
like
the
plastic
static
funnels.
electricity.
Yes,
And
it
if
does.
you, well, I mean, I know you can use dryer sheets and all that crap, but I'm just telling you, make your life a lot easier. I switched from the plastic and went over to the Saturns, and the Saturns don't. There's caliber specific for the neck, and then when Area 419 first started up, one of the first things was that billet aluminum powder funnel with interchangeable collars for the neck, and that's what we use. And you can attest to how
Those are
robust
nice.
those are. Those start off as a solid block.
Those are nice.
Uncle Dan says his reloading is simple. He just pops in another mag. You can order the ballistics gel from Clear Ballistics. It's a Canadian company, and they make some really good stuff.
Yeah, Ninja Scout.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Look, you had on your face after 25 years, 26 years. Yes, ma'am.
That's right.
And Jack, I have not. I've been thinking about buying one. Tell you the truth, because I think it'd be a cool little platform. We have a friend that had the Ruger Precision Rimfire, and it's relatively inexpensive. But I have a friend that does long range 22 long rifle competition, and he made it third place at I think it was World Championships, and he made it out to like 500 yards. They get like three. They have to do 3 shots, consecutive hits, and I think the only thing he did was rebarrel his with a higher end barrel. And then those guys run that Moab base that has 300 minutes of angle, and so that way you can get long range with it. But yeah, I'm really thinking about one of those heavily.
We need to borrow Val's, that red one. That RPM.
That's just yeah,
Is that what you're talking about or something else?
yeah. He was talking about it in 22 long rifle though.
Oh, gotcha.
And someone said Lakeview said Lyman makes a great funnel set.
Yeah, the one I bought was like a $14. But it works better than the one I didn't have. I was actually doing paper and taping it to make a funnel. So this is a better kit. This is the
All right. So in
MTN.
the beginning, I was really apprehensive about sharing any type of loads or anything like that. John Harris asked what the super secret load is, and it's not super secret. It's nothing crazy. It's a dirty powder, but it's very accurate. What? Don't.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So
Which one are you talking
basically,
about? The 223 or
it
the
is
65?
it is not fast at all. But the load that I came up with when CFE 223 first started coming out, that's the powder, and the charge on that is 25.1 on a 69 grain Sierra Match King. It's not fast, but it's crazy accurate. And
Wait, what
I've,
did you? Which one are you talking about? The 69 grain
yep, you can do
and
25 flat or 25.1 of CFE 223.
yeah, right here. Look,
Yeah, I gave you that load probably. Yeah, I did. 25, 25.1. That's it. That's
no
off the top of the
more,
head.
no
It's not
more,
hot at all, but
no
if you're
more.
looking for really accurate, that's a great load.
Yeah, and the max is 2.254 overall.
Dang it, I can't read the comments, guy.
It says X-Ring doesn't know nothing about nothing,
Where do
and
you see that?
oh, right, Red October said it, and then Chico says, "Yeah, the guy's a fool. He's got his glasses on, can't see."
Nice.
And
Awesome.
let's see, Red October again said, "Yeah, he's a fool." And he says, "No, I'm just kidding." Biddy Boo's in the house. How you doing, Biddy?
Okay, so Chico said, "Are you guys running reloads for your 3-gun competitions or factory?" I'm a sponsored shooter, Chico was.
I'm a
So,
sponsored shooter.
that,
I don't even
well,
reload
hey,
anymore.
if we're on a live chat and it's a small chat, I don't mind sharing personal information. But I did run reloads for a while. I lost
Well, the
you
match.
guys. But if they're providing ammunition, then that's what I'm going to shoot. And so I haven't loaded in a long time, but just getting back into it with the 6.5.
Well, and that 69 grain that Defender makes is really, really nice round too.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so Defender Ammunition, I collaborated with them on that, and they were actually dropping that exact same load. Now they've since changed it, and I immediately noticed it when they shipped it to me because it is a cleaner powder. It's not quite as accurate as that CFE 223 load, but I do see the benefit of having a cleaner powder in it.
Will the Match King expand?
Well, thanks, Red October. I appreciate it. Let's see, Blue Healed.
Will the
I could
Match
put up.
King expand? I'm putting them on the thing here for you.
Will the Match King expand?
Yeah, because it is a hollow point.
Well,
I should
it
feel.
it kind of. I will tell you, way back when I used to hunt, because I no longer hunt. I swore that off a long time ago, and we used to shoot M852, which was basically it was a sniper round. We used to shoot that at deer, and it always dropped them. I never had one that I lost, and we were shooting those long ways. They seem to work, so there's probably better things.
Order some pizza on Rick. All right, you guys are having way too much fun at my expense around here. If you expect me to entertain you for the next 35 minutes, you got to be nice to me. Man, your screen is so clear, and mine looks like I'm in a daze.
I know it's because you're using your phone.
No, I'm on my computer.
Wipe the screen off.
I did the other day. It's not that.
Not your finger. It's greasy. You're probably just eating a chicken leg.
Did someone say
Chicken leg.
it's the lighting? I think
You're still well. You know what? It is better. It is much better.
It's the lighting. You know what's even better is when I turn it off and you can't see me. Let's see. Let's try this light. Yeah, it looks like I'm in a freaking smoky casino, which would be cool. I wish it was.
And we can do that tomorrow if you want, or the next day.
Thursday, I got to pick up volleyball.
I gotcha.
It's all the smoke in the garage. Pop, pop, yeah, Billy Bad, 429. Love me tender, love me true. Yeah, it is the light for sure. Hey, this is where the action happens, buddy. What did you hunt, Ray? I'm curious to see if your answer is as unique as John Lovell's.
Well, I don't watch. I don't watch any of. Actually, I don't get on YouTube much, other than watching guys that I know.
Tea to wash down last night's pizza.
That just hunting deer.
Deer.
Yeah.
Put on a ski mask. Freaking Uncle Dan. You are not my uncle. You're not my uncle anymore. Hisa's in the house. Make sure I get everybody. Bitty boo. All right. Well, I don't have a ski mask, but I have what is called
toboggan.
Toboggan.
Don't get into this again.
I'm not. Yeah, do they make toboggans with eyes and a mouth hole? Give me your money. Give me your money.
That's the old timey ski mask.
That's right. Rick left the ski mask at the bank. Yeah. All right. So, what do we got? What do we got to talk about?
No, Robert. He did not hit anything but the dirt. You can actually, if you watch the video, you'll actually see the rounds impacting about 10 feet back and about 2 feet right. But he wasn't trying to hit it.
No. I was at the wrong angle to get it through both the wall and the gel. There's no way. Well, I'd say there's no way, but there was no way. Check out West Covina Dodge. He's got some nice Martina Henrys.
It's a stripper cap.
Stripper cap. Let's see. You gonna wear a sled? Uh-oh, here we go. Bad Bill, you really didn't officially buy rounds at Walmart because you had such a good discount. They were probably paying you to get it out of their building. Got all kinds of looks. That's funny. Do I still shoot shotguns? Actually, it's been a while. I got a brand new, used. I love tricking people. New to me, Benelli M2, and I haven't shot it much.
Yeah, you got a nice one there. I wasn't going to let that one get away for sure.
Yeah.
That one had all the bells and whistles.
Do I have it here? No.
I don't show it. You're not allowed to show it.
Oh, that's right. Can't show them this. Can't show them that. With the wiffle ball bat, cause I'm on.
Bryson said old folks stay up past curfew. Oh, Bryson's hung out with me before. He knows I don't sleep.
You sleep upside down like a freaking bat.
I'm a vampire, man.
Why don't you guys do more with shotguns?
His hair is greasy. My hair is not greasy.
It's not three-gun season right now. Sorry about my spelling. Yeah, I love me some shotguns. Actually, I want to get out and shoot some clay pigeons. That'd be fun. It's been a long time for that.
Bryson, you feeling well yet? You over that flu? We got to be ready for this match.
Yeah, you better make sure, because I don't want to have to fill in for your spot. I'm not ready yet. I resemble that remark. You gotta get out and shoot that bad boy. I know. Problem is, Ray's got a job now, so he's like busy, trying to be all official. I gotta go to work. I gotta work.
No, not really. You know,
I gotta work.
I'm still making my schedule.
I gotta work.
I'm trying to take care of a bunch of
stuff.
Stuff right now, having to deal with cage codes and NSN numbers and all that, and that's a little bit of a pain.
I hear you. We can.
So anytime you're working, so a lot of the guys might know, but here we go. We'll just go ahead and talk about it. So anytime you're dealing with a military contract or anything for procurement, you have to have a cage code. It's usually going to be a 5-digit, or it's got an alpha in it, and that'll kind of start the process. And you also get a DUNS number, and a DUNS number is the Dun and Bradstreet number, and then that all goes in through the SAM procurement site for government contracts. So anything like that, that's all got to be in order. Let's see. Bryson says, one of the many reasons we are friends, X-Ring, I sleep 5 hours a night. Last day or two of this crap. I won't give Rick the chance.
I don't want it. Too much pressure. I'd hate to be you.
No, it's not bad. It's just I was trying to hack into a attorney's laptop because he left suddenly. I'll just leave it at that. And he had all the information from when all that stuff was started. So got into that, got everything good. So we're good.
Nice. 5 hours of sleeping over. Well, when you get older, you don't got to sleep as much. Because we know our time is getting closer. Jack Miller, let's see. Yeah, what does it say? I say that because my grandfather said that type of hat, I guess actually the type radar on MASH was called a stripper cap back in the 40s. Oh, that was like the flatter one, wasn't it? I'm trying to remember.
We call them go to hell hats or boonie caps.
Boonie caps. No, I don't think that's the same hat. Have you ever done any work with the SRS in South Carolina? He gone.
Nope, sorry, I'm back.
You got one question out there.
Have you ever done any work with the SRS in South Carolina? No, I don't know who the SRS is.
There's no pressure. Get these tank legs moving. Don't worry, you old Yankee Rick. Just rung your bell. Friends of these two deserve a follow. Yeah, Bryson's a good dude. Make sure you guys get over there. Subscribe to his madness. I don't think he does any videos though. He used to do a lot of Instagram.
Oh, the beanie with the bill on it. Yes, you're exactly right. I know what you're talking about. My mash cap.
The yeah, I remember seeing it, but I could not remember. I think it was black or green. Been looking at those Thunder Beasts. Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, you cannot go wrong, guys. If you're going to get a precision rifle suppressor and you're really wanting something that's going to be the best out there, you really don't have to look any further than a Thunder Beast suppressor. Will other things do it and quieten it down? Yes, but there's a reason why Thunder Beast is number one on PRS.
Yeah, those are sweet. Oh, we got a Microtech question here. I think.
Okay, John. So I think you asked me this the other night. We were on there. I am not sure when the mini SOCOMs are coming out. I mean, I've got a few downstairs, but I have no idea. That I can say.
There you go.
Yeah. Basically, what you're going to see next, or you're going to see the stitches, which I'm sure you know the history of that, but that's a collaboration with Sebastian. And then, we are going to release the Scarab. Don't laugh. I know that was supposed to be released in 2018. It's a little different than what you're probably expecting. The Saker 762 it's a good can. It's a good solid can. But I'm just talking about for bolt gun precision rifle getting the quietest. It's going to be hard to beat a Thunder Beast. Where do I get all the guns with the fun switches? I know people.
That's right. Bad Billy. He wants the Thunder Beast 22 suppressor. Do not order one of those yet.
Yeah, order it. They're good.
I still have to order mine.
Thunder Beast is running a little bit behind right now.
I need to call Scott and have him start that.
Preferred vendors, I can't tell you. I know that we have a local shop here that carries them.
Well, they can order them. They don't carry. Because I don't have
it. No. Actually, I can order them, but no, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yep. Oh yeah, Chico was. There's probably one you can go to Thunder Beast and it'll tell you where the closest dealer is.
Yeah, there you go.
Looking for a 22 LR, 22 Mag, 17 HMR. You're looking at the 22 Takedown by Thunder Beast then.
Yep, that's it. Now, guys, there is one quicker or a quieter. I will have one. Let's see. I bought it Friday. I should have it sometime this week because I think my approval came in today, so I should have it. Yeah, I ordered it Friday, and it is the Silencer Co. side or switchback. That is supposed to be the quietest 22 suppressor ever made. It has reversible end piece, and shooting it out of something like a Ruger 1022, you're supposed to get 107 decibels, which is insane because that actually beats the Thunder Beast by about 5 or 6 decibels, depending on the day. So I'm going to do that review, and I'm going to test it with all the sound equipment and everything else. So that's going to be a good one. What's up, Tom? How are you doing? Olafson.
Tomo. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, that if he's talking about the new bipod, the Thunder Beast, I'm going to open it up probably tomorrow. I'm going to try to run that at the Bushnell. It does weigh a little bit more than the Harris, about 2 ounces more. And I know it's nothing. What's that?
How much more is it weigh than the Atlas?
About 2 ounces. I think the Thunder Beast comes in at around 14 ounces, 14 point and a half, and then the Atlas, like a BT10 or a BT46, comes in at 12 and some change. So yeah, 2 ounces. It's not so much the weight that's concerning me for the Bushnell because it's only 2 ounces, but it is much wider. But it also means it's going to be a little more stable, wider footprint.
Yeah, it looks like a really nice bipod.
Oh man, Bryson's talking about donuts. Holy crap! You shouldn't have done that, dude. Now I'm hungry for donuts.
Yeah, don't be messing with Fat Boy. He's got to stay skinny for this thing, man. Just because you've been running 12 miles a day there, Mr. Bryson.
Yeah, Bryson lost a ton of weight. I think he said he dropped 8 pounds last week.
Yeah, he's hitting it hard, buddy. He is hitting it hard. There was a comment I saw in it earlier.
You know what? I'm gonna grab that Thunder Beast bipod.
Will there be a Glock 44 review? Not until we get one in our hands.
I actually have had access to one for quite a while now. There's a lot of stuff I don't review. I'm going to, already got a threaded barrel for it and everything else, but I haven't got around to it.
He's a lazy YouTuber, folks. The stuff that he'll wait till everybody's already done a video on it, and then he'll bring the video out, and he'll be like, "Why didn't anybody watch my video?" And I say, "Because you're about 3 years too late."
It doesn't matter. It's just I get to it when I get to it. I'm not going to be. I don't want my channel to be such that I'm trying to review stuff before anybody else all the time, and I got to do it right now, and I'm on a deadline. If it's going to be like that, I'll just not do it.
Here you go. Krispy
Kreme. Man, still Punisher. That's my weakness.
Yes, it is. That's his kryptonite.
How much do you guys think you lose in sound reduction by using a 30 cal can for a 22 rather than a dedicated 22? Quite a bit, actually. And in theory, if you have, let's say, a 22 caliber end cap in a 30 caliber can, it can be very quiet, but you definitely want to at least have that cap on with like a 22 end cap. Let's say you're running a Silencer Grow hybrid and it's a multi-caliber can. If you get something that's a 22 end cap, that's going to help quite a bit, but it's going to be louder, no doubt about it. Pops Quest has lost a ton of weight. He's doing well.
He has lost a ton of weight.
Yeah, TB says, have you ever thought about trick shooting? We did a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Last year?
Yeah.
And a lot of people call it trick shooting.
He's going to make a Punisher donut tomorrow.
Yeah, I look forward to that review. Yeah, I'm excited about that too because I'm okay. So basically, I've developed a 22 suppressor that was industry leading, but never made it to market, and I'm getting ready to revisit that. And right now, it's about third, maybe fourth of the quietest 22 suppressors. That's what Rick was talking about the other night because I let him shoot it. Rick, that's the first time you'd ever shot that, right?
The 22, yeah.
Yeah, and it's stupid quiet. It's all titanium, but it's not finished, and there's some changes I can make to it. So I want to see what the Sidewinder technology is. And for me, it's not so much the quietness of it as it is getting some marking variations. X-Ring has got a no bullshit policy daylight donut. I don't know what that means. I eat donuts anytime.
Yes, he will.
Okay, so this is the thing, guys. When I helped develop the first suppressor, the R squared. Okay, so let's say I have a modular suppressor. We're going to say we're talking about, let's say, an AAC Tyrant M modular, or we're talking about, let's say, a Surefire M. This is my issue with it. They only serialize one part of the suppressor, and it's usually forward of where it's mounted. Let's say Rick and I are at the range together, and I unscrew the accessory module off the end to make it a little shorter. And I inadvertently leave that in Rick's vehicle. And Rick and I forget that it's in his vehicle. He's not the owner of the suppressor. He gets pulled over for speeding or whatever. And the cop sees this can looking thing, and it's got baffles in it, but it has no serial number, and it's in his possession. To me, that creates an issue. However, all of these suppressor companies were actually and are actually doing that. That's what they're doing. So I fired off a letter to ATF asking about that. This started a whole investigation. They actually had to have a board. It took 9 months to come up with a determination. And basically, what they said is that it is unlawful to do so. And so I have like a 12-page letter saying that mine conforms as long as the main body and the accessory module is serialized. We're the only ones doing it, period. That way, it has the same serial number, and that's still not going to make it legal for him because now it's still a suppressor, but at least you could say, hey, that was my buddy's left in the car. That's not actually a real suppressor. That's just a piece to a suppressor. So I just wanted to get rid of that whole gray area. Well, now this one silencer co-made, what they did was the mount that actually attaches to the gun, that's the only serialized part. So you have a tube, then you have another tube, and you can make 3 different length suppressors, but these are unmarked tubes with baffles in it. So that's the big issue right now that I'm battling with is on this 22. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go that route and do what everybody else is doing and get hemmed up later, or just do with what everybody's doing. We'll see you, Texas Outlaw.
Nice job, Bryson. Yeah, take care, Texas Outlaw. What the tough part is, so like like the old oil filter suppressors, it's just the part that gets
Yep.
the
It's
throat.
the one that attaches to the pistol. Yes.
Yeah. So is that what they're saying?
I think everyone is using that as the basis to do it, kind of like the Q erector. You can put on as many baffles as you want, but that's still a compressor component.
But so what about the clean wipes and stuff? Because don't you get in trouble for? How does that work?
No, they ruled against that, and you can use wipes, and wipes are fine now. They used to not be, but it depends. I mean, see, that's the whole thing. If you damage, let's say you get a baffle strike, and you strike your end cap or your baffle, you can't just call up the manufacturer and say, hey, send me another one, because it's a suppressor component. Even though it's not serialized, they can't do that. Yeah, Chico Wise, I don't know. I'd rather always be on the right side of the law than take that chance. And let's say I make 1,000 suppressors and I ship them out. I don't want 2 years from now to say, well, you weren't you weren't conforming with NFA, and you need to recall all those and remark them. That's going to be a big problem. You got to think about that. It's like doing a recall on vehicles.
So is the plan then to do serial numbers for each part?
No, not the baffles, but the main tubes and the accessory
modules.
Just on this is what we call them.
Each modular section.
Yeah.
And how about the end cap?
Well, that's a whole nother story, because I can go down here to the gun store and buy end caps for a silencer go hybrid all day long. It's not a regulated part. But as long as it does not reduce the sound signature, well, I can guarantee you those end caps, when you put them on or you take them off, that changes the sound signature. Because if you don't believe that, throw a 22 cal end cap and shoot it off of that 4570 hole and see what a difference it makes. It's going to make a difference. Works like a baffle.
Well, see, and that's what I don't understand is, I mean, but I know why they do it, but suppressor companies, right? So say you bought a can setup for a 223, but you wanted to run it on a 22 long rifle and all sorts of other stuff.
You can.
That's not a good. Let me.
But it's a bad idea, because no, you can. It's just a bad idea because 22 long rifle is so dirty. You need to clean it.
Yeah.
And all of your 5.56 cans, most of them, not all, but the biggest majority are going to be welded and are not user serviceable. And if you just continue to shoot 22 long rifles through there, you're ending up building huge deposits of carbon that you can't get out.
Yeah, that was my bad example. But say you bought a 30 cal suppressor, and you wanted to run it on a 6.5 Creedmoor, but you could buy an end cap for a 6.5 Creedmoor or a 30 cal
Yes,
or
that's what a silencer kill hybrid. That's what you do.
See, that's cool. That's cool that they do that.
That's why I have one. But it's heavy, it's big, but it will do pretty much any gun you ever want to do, any caliber, with the exception of 50.
Yeah.
It'll do 45-70 government. Chico Wise had a good question about the Form 1s. Yeah, doing the flashlight kits and all that, and some of them are high quality. I mean, you can definitely do it, but I've never heard one that's impressive as a really built can.
Now the Form 1's the same as for the oil filter, correct?
No, he's talking about building one. I don't know how the oil filter might be the same thing as you're building it. Once you shoot through it, it becomes a suppressor. Yeah.
I did hear I think yesterday I read on Instagram or somewhere that those Form 1s are like getting completed in like 3 months.
Yeah. Robert Warren says, can you laser engrave titanium? Absolutely. You can laser mark, or you can deep laser engrave those. The reason titanium, of course, costs more is just because of tool life. You're going to burn through a lot more tools, and those tools aren't cheap. But it seems to you have to look at it. It's not always going to be lighter. It depends on the thickness that you have to use for the pressures, but typically it's going to be a little lighter. It can definitely handle heat, but not like steel can. Definitely going to be better than aluminum or anything like that.
Yeah.
Suppressor talk. That's what this turned into.
That's what it is.
It's a good talk. It's a good topic. I mean, people are asking good questions.
There's a lot of people out there that want to know the suppressors. I did see, I think Big Johnson's just started.
I saw that. I didn't watch his video, but I did see a big glass case, and he said he finally did it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either, but that'll be cool for him.
Yeah.
It'll be kind of a neat to see him go through the whole thing. Pros and cons. What else we got here?
Okay, the pros, it's going to be quicker. Your wait time is usually going to be quicker on a Form 1. The other pro is it's going to be cheaper, substantially. You're still going to have to pay your tax stamp fee.
And the con is it isn't going to work anywhere near as good as.
I'm not going to say, I mean, everybody's going to think it's good until you shoot it right alongside of a good quality can that a company has spent the time and the energy and the money to do in the R&D, to do flow models, and to actually test them. I mean, there are some good Form 1 cans out there, these kits, and I've shot a bunch of them, but if you put them on a meter or you listen to them, they're not in the same realm. What's up, Live for Wild?
Live for Wild's out there. What is going on, buddy? I have never shot a gun with a suppressor. I'm learning something new tonight.
Okay, so here's some. I'll go ahead and fill you guys in if you haven't. So, a suppressor. A lot of people. Okay, so let's say Bryson takes his MPA out there and he shoots it and he gets 100 yards zero.
Keep talking.
Okay, and then the con is it might blow off the end of the gun. That's true too. I've seen that happen. Okay, so you put the suppressor on there, and then now your impacts are typically going to be lower, even though, and so everybody assumes that the bullet's going slower because now you put this can on the end of it. That's usually not the case. The case is it's usually going a little faster because it does give it a little bit of boost of gas, but because you're hanging that weight off of the end of the barrel, 24, 25 inches, whatever length your barrel is, it makes your barrel droop. You might not realize it, but it does. And so that's where you typically are going to get a little bit of your shifts from. So that's an interesting thing that a lot of people right off the bat mistake, and they're like, oh, it's slowing it down. It's not slowing it down. Correct. Harder on the machine, and then figure the cost of titanium. That's exactly right, HRM. How you doing tonight? I don't know where Rick went. There he's back.
Had to go find the little tea drainer section. Let's see. Yeah. John Lifter Wild's got a new 22 Glock he's working on. No, I think it's a. Actually, I don't know what caliber it's in. It's either 9 or 40 or 45 or something. But he's getting it all Cerakoted up.
Yeah. Okay. So Uncle Dan has a good question or a good comment here. He says his 22 can doesn't change his impact. 22 cans are super light, and you got a thick enough barrel where it's probably not going to know. We're not talking about something that's got a really long barrel and you're hanging a 30 cal can off of it. Um, but yeah, you can with different manufacturers. It can change your point of impact shifts dramatically. I mean, I've seen some surefires. You put it on, it's 3 feet to the right. I'm just kidding. It's I've seen 2.5, 3 inches. I'm not a huge fan of surefire suppressors. They are built like tanks, and that's the good thing they've got going for them. But they don't do a great job of suppressing in most of the tests, and just without putting it on a sound meter and just listening to it, they're rather loud, but they are built well.
Did you answer this one already from Jack?
Is a 22 long rifle, is that normal? I don't know what that question means.
No, the one on the thing, it says the only thing I've ever put anything on them that I would call hearing.
Oh, okay. So I have 3 different suppressors: a Yankee Hill machine in 5.56, a Dead Air 300 blackout 9mm, and a Whip machine in 30 cal. The only thing I've ever put on them the only thing I have ever put any on them that I would call hearing safe. The only thing I have ever put any on them.
I think we got some.
I need a little bit of translation there. Okay, so most of your 5.56 suppressors are going to be right at that cusp of 140 decibels, and it's going to be loud. Long-term shooting on a 5.56 suppressor without ear protection is not the best thing because you're so close to that threshold. 300 blackout subsonic, you're usually good. Like stupid quiet, 9mm usually good, and then Whip machine makes a good suppressor. Most of your 30 cals you can get really quiet as well. Let's see.
Bryson has.
Yeah, look at that. I didn't even see shooting with Uncle Dan's 5.56 don't suppress worth of crap. That's it.
Actually, yeah, I agree. It doesn't do much. Of course, actually, Black Beauty does well.
Black Beauty does well, but that's a 20-inch gun with a Thunder Beast on it. And it's quiet, but it's still not something I'd want to shoot all day long without hearing protection. It definitely starts to smart after a while. 223 and 5.56 is not a good candidate for. Basically, you really can't get that quiet. They do make some suppressor rounds, but then you're going to run into some issues. You're going to hand cycle it. It's not one that's real conducive. 30 cal, 5.65, all those are great to suppress. 5.56 is just not. Bryson said, "What are you going to pack as a shooter in a match like the Bushnell Sniper?" Asking for a friend. I think I know that friend.
Pack a lunch.
No, what I'm gonna pack is enough ammunition for the day, which that's probably going to be 2 magazines of pistol, maybe 3, and then I'll probably carry. No, knowing me, I'm probably going to carry about 70 rounds on me, and then I'm going to carry a bottle of water. Keep your bottle that way you can refill it because they will have refilling stations. I will carry a tripod, and then I'll let you carry the binos, and then a little bit of snacks. That's about it. Yeah, shooting with Uncle Dan, that's spot on. .556 is almost identical to shooting a 22 Magnum unsuppressed. So if you shoot a 22 mag all day long, you'll be deaf before too long. If you shoot it all day long, but that's about what it sounds like. Silencer on the shotgun, true or false? Someone told me about that. I've never watched that movie, but there are some. Yeah, Silencer Co. makes one called the Salvo 12, and it's actually pretty effective. So it can be done for sure. They're not the only ones. Even the 300 Blackout with subsonic ammo was not quite enough to shoot without earmuffs. Now I can't say that. I do have a 300 Blackout can, not the hybrid, because the hybrid, you're right, it's smarts shooting subsonics. But I have a can.
Tell us what smart means.
Yeah, I have a 300 Blackout can. I think Rick has shot it with 300 Blackout subs, and it is insanely quiet.
Tell us what smarts means.
I should not have to explain when I say something smarts. Smack you on the ass, that's smarts.
Trying to help people out here.
Okay, is subsonic 223 really that much different from shooting a 22 long rifle 22 mag? There's not a lot of offerings in subsonic 223. There really isn't. I don't know if I can make that comparison or not. If it's the subsonic 223 that you have to hand cycle, yes, it can be that quiet. Similar ballistics or just similar sound signature? Mike D asked. I don't know what he's. Oh, they're probably going to be similar ballistics, because you figure a 22 long rifle, you're going to be about a 40 grain bullet, and a 223, you're probably 55 grain. If you're slowing it down that much, might have a little more energy, but about the same.
That would have been cool too, to see what the 22 mag does out of that Thunder Beast.
Yeah. I don't have a threaded 22 mag.
I know, I don't either.
Yeah, smart means hurts. No, I'm not like the Equalizer. I've just been around. Don't see suppressors on bolt actions. Okay, so if you go to any sniper match, Red October or PRS match, I am estimating here, this is simply off the cuff, you will probably see 50% of the field running suppressors or more. If it's a team sniper match, it's probably going to be like 80%, and that's so that we can communicate with each other a lot more effectively than somebody that's just got a break on there. Almost every precision rifle shooter, especially if you go out west, are going to be running suppressors.
Is Bryson running a can?
I was actually going to let him run one of mine on there, but then I started thinking about it. It's just extra weight. I'm going to run a can. He doesn't need to. By that time, I can yell out enough in his ear.
Yeah, because I remember we were tossing back and forth whether you're going to shoot Black Beauty or not. And
yeah, no, I'm definitely shooting Black Beauty. I confirmed that. The one that I shot the DM match, that's a great setup, but Black Beauty's just set up right, and I might run the Raptor. I'm not sure. I think the Raptor's like cheating. It really is, but when you got that many guys, they're going to be running it, because there'll be a lot of fifth group and third group guys out there. Delta will be out there for sure.
You might as well run it.
They're all going to have them. Yeah, but Bryson's not running one, but as long as I'm running one, I'll be good.
You can make the calls. Plus, yeah. He knows I'm loud.
We're going to have a good time. Oh, I hope you got the hotel. I'm sure he'll talk about that in a minute.
Let's see. What does this say? A 22 LR will be more effective than a sub 223, basically because the 22 LR is soft lead and will expand at low velocity. Without speed, 223 really sucks.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes perfect sense. Shooting with Uncle Dan is a knowledgeable man.
Yes.
And he plays guitar well. Really well. Still waiting on that Chris Ledoux song.
It says 300 blackout. Don't hear folks talk about that much or unless I'm out of the loop. I actually just got on this 300 blackout kick here recently, and I've actually kind of like it because I can run supersonic, I can run subsonic. Subsonic, you're going to be about the same depending on the length barrels, about a 357 Magnum, so that's not unimpressive. I mean, shoot, who wouldn't shoot a 357 Magnum subgun, right? It's got plenty of energy, and you can make it super, super quiet. You just have a lot of drop. It's only cheating. Well, no. I mean, it's legal to run the Raptor, Chico wise. It's completely legal. It's just it's like cheating.
It's cheating, yeah. You hit the
TB said when and where. Bryson and I are shooting in the Bushnell Elite team sniper match. This will be Bryson's first sniper match, and he's somewhat new to long range shooting. He knew how to shoot long range, but not 1,000-yard long range. But he's put in the time and the effort, and he'll do just fine. That is going to be in Ellerby, North Carolina, and that is February 21st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Yep.
Yeah, Shooting with Uncle Dan says he has plenty of volunteers to test ballistics on. There's some hogs again. We got to do it.
I know. We got to get over there.
See you later. Live for a while.
Have a good one, amigo. Uncle Dan, he still shoot P plus.
Yeah, I think I remember when I posted those videos, Uncle Dan talked about 7.62 by 39 being just as good as black and way cheaper. I believe it, but now we're going to get back into that. Okay, am I going to run an AR platform in 7.62 by 39, which a lot of those in the past had been known to have issues, and an AR just looks funny with that really curved magazine. So with the 300 blackout, to me, it just looks a little better. It's just as good as or equal to, and I typically, I think I'm going to expect better groups at distance if I'm shooting supersonic. I could be wrong. But anyway.
Yeah. Case Wolf 300. Mike D asked here.
Mike D, I shoot nothing steel cased in any weapon that I own. That is me. I refuse to shoot steel case for any reason, no exceptions.
And he won't shoot powder coated bullets either.
I don't know what he means by skill or just showman. Thank you, Chico Wise.
Oh, Chico.
If Red October is talking about skill or just showman on the Raptor, the thing is, I don't want to lose to some guys based on technology, if that's the question. Yeah, I think I've got decent skill sets, but you cannot beat a Raptor when it comes to a blind stage for finding out distance. It is literally as simple as soon as I see it in the scope, I press a button, it gives me my hold, and I can engage the target, and I'm probably going to get a first round hit. So when I won Sniper's Ultimate, that had a lot of military guys. I think we counted 25 Raptors. And yeah, I was still able to win, but some guys were just killing it with those Raptors. And I think just because someone's got $6,000 to put on top of a gun should not automatically put them above everyone else. I think Raptors and laser range finding units that are mounted, weapons mounted, should be, I'm not going to say banned, but they shouldn't be allowed in sniper matches unless it is a dedicated military law enforcement sniper match. It knocks out the civilian contingent.
Yeah, or run it like an open class or something where it's separated.
Robert Warren asked a good question. Molly bullets. Okay, so I don't know if I'm the best one to talk about this. Somebody like Ken might be better. I used to run Molly bullets a long time ago, and we had back then, when I say long time ago, this was in the 90s. back then we had issues getting them cleaned up um, if you didn't stay on top of your cleaning regimen, you could get that molybdenum buildup inside of the barrels, and it would just kill your accuracy. I think since then, moly's come a long ways, and they say as long as you perform a good cleaning regimen and you're not, I'm not going to call names out here, but you're not just shooting all the time and never cleaning like some people. Uh, yeah, I mean, I can see where it's a benefit, but I don't shoot them. No, to answer your question. Yeah, Bryson said if he had the funds and shot enough, 100% would try to get a Raptor. It's a game changer. It is, but it's a $6,000 cheating device. Okay, that was specifically made, and I know Delta has like 400 of those units. That's made for engaging a man out to 1,500 yards and getting a first round hit. Literally, just it will get a reflection out to 1,500 actually meters, and you just throw it up on the target. And as long as you've done your zeroing, and typically we try to zero those out at about 1,000 meters if you can, you're going to get reflectivity off the target, and it syncs with your Kestrel. It has applied ballistics built into it, and it will do everything for you. Literally everything but pull the trigger.
So you're saying they use 0 at 1,000?
Yeah, okay, so you got to think about it. Okay, I'm going to put my camera back on because I was trying to read the comments. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this where you guys can see me. So you remember silencer had a radius as well. You have to think about it. If this is your eyeball and you're looking at the scope and you put this Raptor up here or you put it here off to the side, you have to get that to converge with your scope. Okay, so if you're looking at the center of your scope, you need to make sure that where this is seeing the center of your scope, that it's right. So the further out you can get, then the worse offset you're going to have is however much high you are or whatever. My Raptor sits from the center of the scope. My Raptor sits about 3.5, almost 4 inches high. So up close, that's going to be call it a height over bore, but you got height over bore over height over bore. So think about that for a minute.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right. So the further you can get out to verify it, and you have to use a special reflective target, is the best way to do it because it's really hard to do in the daylight. What you're going to do is try to get it to where the visible laser is dead center of your reticle at, let's say, 1,000 yards. You don't dial any dope or anything else. You're looking line of sight to get that in. That way, from 0 out to 1,000 yards, it's only going to get closer the further your target gets up to 1,000, and then it's going to start getting further away because now it's passing the center of the scope. So yeah, you want to do it at about 1,000 meters.
That makes perfect sense now that you say it.
Yeah.
So it's probably best to mount it above the scope then than have it on the side.
Okay, you don't want it on the side, and I'll tell you why. Because handguards flex quite a bit, and so if you have it on the side, you can side mount one of those. But if your handguard's flexing or you're torquing your handguard, now you're shifting where it's seeing the center of the scope. That's why I run the spur on those, because that spur is integrated into the mount with the Raptor perch on it. You've got 3 different heights you can actually buy, depending on how you're wanting everything set up. That's not going to flex. That shouldn't change.
That ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. Now, what they should do is, if they had like little loopholes to shoot out of, because now you got your barrel and you got your scope and then you got your Raptor sitting on top of that, that would knock out a lot of that.
I'm surprised they haven't built it where it integrates into the scope. Almost like the back cam. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, Burris had the Eliminator years ago. There were a lot of issues with that. Chico Wise said he wanted to know because he sees me with glasses on. I only use these when I'm on the phone. That's the only time when I'm on a chat. That's about the only time you'll see me with these things on. No, I've actually got 2010 and right eye 2015 and left eye.
Yeah, he can see a grain of sand at 700 yards and hit it.
Yeah,
but he can't read the screen.
I can read the screen. It's just it gives me a headache with these chats, these live comments. Because
I had to use this. I had to use this today when I was trying to read the cases for the 223 to figure out which pile to put it in the 5
Yeah.
pile. Oh man, it was killing me because I was going back and forth between because they're bifocal. So I was like, holy heck. See, the screen's too far away.
Those are those KB32 shooting glasses, aren't they?
No, these were at a like Ace Hardware or something, like lawnmower shop or something I bought them at. No, his shooting glasses are up higher. I think it's almost opposite.
Gotcha. Hey, there's Eagle. There's Ken there. I think he's back.
I gave him a link.
Well, no, somebody was asking about Molly bullets, and I was telling them I don't use them. So maybe Eagle Eye, do you use? Hey, Eagle Eye, if you want the Borka tools, send me an email, okay? Because I can get you reduced pricing on that, but you've got to send me an email first if you're interested in getting one. I'll tell you what it's going to cost, and you'll order them through Borka himself. But then if I send that list over, I basically, trust me, that's how you want to do it. Have you ever tried Leopold 6X? That your dot nest in and goes around the passenger side. It's kind of L-shaped. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's kind of like a prismatic that's on the left side. Yes, I played around with that. X-Ring's arms are too short. Oh, yeah, I know. He's talking about this. So,
I can see. I can see.
I got them T-Rex arms.
Yeah.
Dan, I really don't have a lot of feedback on that Leupold, and it never really took off. That was just one of those. It was kind of a neat concept, but it was really weird using it. The little prism on the side, it was just different. I see what they were trying to do, but
What was that?
I don't know.
What was that?
Leupolds, they do some crazy things, just like that thermal, that handheld unit they came out with. I don't know who would buy one of those stupid things.
Hey,
that's for you. That's for
I heard,
you.
I
You
heard
missed
you.
it.
I went like this. I went like this. What was that scope we used that's on Tony's gun that has the little switch so you flip it? That was cool.
Oh, that is an Elcan Spectre.
That was
The
fun.
Elcan Spectres are cool. They do a 1 to 4, 1.5 to 6, and those are good. It's very clear, but they're huge and they're heavy.
Yeah, they're big. They are big. Body harm.
Yeah. Yeah, he's exactly right. All these waves going through here, gamma rays and everything else going through the atmosphere. You got to think all the cell phone signals we're getting bombarded with every day.
Wait till all that 5G stuff comes into effect. I saw a video. It's a guy that works for AT&T or Verizon, whoever it is, and he tells you that the service is going to be great. He's all, but those things have to be so close together compared to what we have now that the wavelengths or whatever they're gonna jack us all up, man. So we'll see.
Yep.
Oh, there's Eagle right there. Get your ass on here.
Sorry.
What's up?
That little competition with the kids on Nintendo
Yeah, I
Switch.
saw that. You're a winner.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
So now Ken's here. Let's go ahead and get this answered before we forget. What are your thoughts on Molly-coated bullets?
Ooh.
I wasn't the only one.
I don't have enough experience to say anything really about them. I've shot a few, but I never really coated a barrel thoroughly and look at the performance difference. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I've shot a lot of HBN bullets. That's what I'm doing now, which is kind of similar but different.
All right, we'll see you, West Covina. He's out of here.
Have a good one.
All right.
What's that powder stuff we were talking about last night?
Yeah, it's that HBN, hex boron nitride.
Yeah, that stuff sounds kind of cool to try out.
Yeah. It's I'm seeing improvements. I mean, I've tried it with 3 rifles so far, so I'll keep trying and do more tests, and that way I can say, yeah, for sure, this stuff works.
Like you have a torque wrench.
Yeah, that torque wrench. I was looking at that right now. I was like, I'm definitely going to get me a pack. That thing looks awesome. It's got all the attachments. It's just very unique.
That is not a toy. That is a hard field use, very accurate device. And there's a lot of people, I understand it is not for the masses, but if you do long range work for work or out in the fields, that's the kit to have.
Right. Yeah. And the pack is awesome. It's a nice, soft, tactical pack, has everything you need right there. And it's very easy to put up.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to get with you after the chat or something, see if I can send you the cash or whatever.
Yeah, no. What you'll do is just send me an email to the xringchannel@gmail.com. And then you don't have to, because I know what your name is, but I need your zip code. And then what I do is I forward that to him. And guys, this is not public information. Because
it is if you keep talking about it.
Okay. Well, once you do that, then all I need you to do is just go to shooterstools.com, order it straight from Boris, and he'll know.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, because I am officially his only, at this point, I am going to be his only, I think, official sales associate.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you did a really good video on that. I was watching it on the website as well. He has it listed for how to use the tool. So that was a perfect.
Yeah. I think he's using all my videos. He wants me to do a couple more, but super, super good guy, very intelligent. Like I said, that's not a new kit. That kit, he's updated the way it works, and it works a lot better, but the one I've got is from 2010.
Okay. Yeah.
Jack, I think you commented on that before. I just used the Allen wrench that comes with the scope rings. And, I get it. It's for some people, that's good enough, but I definitely don't want to crush a tube on some of these scopes, and I want to make sure that nothing moves about. I mean, and, for me, it might be a little different. I mean, for everybody, regardless, you go on a hunt, and let's say you're spending money on a airfare or travel or hotel and all that. I don't want to lose a hunt or lose an animal. Like I said, I'm not a hunter. Because something worked loose or whatever. Ken, you're a machinist. A number is a number for a reason.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, it pays for the tool itself. Like you're saying, you missed that first shot on a hunt due to your loose scope, or all the shots that you missed, or maybe you're during a match and you lose that match because your scope got off.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't blame anybody but yourself.
Well, until I met Ray, I didn't even know you had to torque stuff down to a certain inch.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
I thought you just cranked it till it was about right.
Yeah. I can even get scientific.
I've mentioned this once before. Go ahead, Ken. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say, you can even get scientific with it. Metal contrast, it moves around. I mean,
yep.
You start losing your point of aim and your zero. That's another situation right there.
Okay, so I'll tell you how much this stuff matters. So in 2014, and some of these guys know because they've heard me talk about it once or twice, but when I won Gastonia Sniper Conference, that was a $25,000 purse, and I split that with my shooting partner. Okay, that's a lot of change, guys. Okay, for me to lose a zero during a match, I mean, you're talking about upper end. I mean, everybody's close. I mean, one little slip up and you've dropped 3 places.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy that just because I didn't torque and something came loose or whatever, that I lose. I'll tell you what happened on the second day of the competition. My muzzle brake came loose. I don't know how it happened, but it did. And there was a stage. I didn't bomb it, but I knew something was wrong. And I grabbed the muzzle brake and it was loose. And Ken, I don't know if you'll agree to this. I know I will say it for a fact. Barrel tension on threads on the end of the barrel will affect your accuracy. It could be you can take it, just barely put one on and shoot. And then now you can torque it to 25 or 30 inch pounds and then 50 inch pounds. And it's going to shift your impact. I've seen it on 3-gun guys. Guys don't believe me. I'm like, don't you mess with that comp before the match. Unless you can reconfirm. Yeah, for a fact.
I was like, what in the hell?
Yeah. Well,
so that evening.
That's why they make barrel tuners. That's the same concept.
So that evening we left, and I called a buddy that lived 2 hours away. We drove 2 hours at night, took 2 vehicles, set up a 400-yard range so I could reconfirm and make sure all my dope was right. The third day, everything was good the way it was supposed to be, and we ended up winning. Was it worth it? To me, it was. That was $12,000 coming to me, you know. So
Right.
yeah, the little things matter, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll spend $200 something on a kit that I know is going to serve me well from here on out, because I don't lose stuff. Rick knows. I mean, I have stuff that I just keep stuff forever.
Right. Yeah, I really like that. It's really compact, that Borka tool, compared to the fat wrench, you know.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's another thing. And before I say this, Red October, good night. Thanks for being on there. And then Mike D said, "Do you lap rings?" I do not, but I only use Night Force, Spur, and there's one other. Oh, JP's. And I think with the machining nowadays, I don't think it's that necessary. I've never seen any issues with it. Let's see here. That was it. Yeah, I know Jack. He said he was just making fun of the comment. All right. So where were we at before I wanted to address that?
Brian
Ken was saying something. Oh, I was going to ask you, Ken. Do you lap your scope rings?
Actually, since I've stepped up to using my friend's FWR machine, I haven't had a need to. I used to lap rings all the time when I bought, like, for instance, like the SWFAs or the lower end ones, or the 2-piece scope mounts. I used to lap my rings. I used a Wheeler gauge for that one.
Yep.
But,
oh yeah, don't forget Fat Wrench. I did not know you knew Cody. You know Cody with F3R?
Oh, yeah, I know Cody really well.
Yeah, he's a good buddy.
Did you tell him about me and having that, or do you know I have one of those?
I may have influence in a certain way.
Well, I appreciate that. I actually have been working with him on some ideas, and he sent me some of the CAD drawings, because I told him, I was like, "Look, you got a great mount.
Right.
I've done a video on it, but he wants me to hold off on that because he's not. I think he's waiting on some 34 millimeters come back from coding."
Yeah. I have the first production. I have actually. I showed it yesterday, and
Yeah, we
I know
talked about it a little.
Yeah. Okay. So the 34 millimeter, the straight, not the cantilever.
Yep, the straight.
Yeah, because he sent me one like right off the bat as soon as they came from back from coding, and I started mentioning to him about 1913 rails and whatnot, but he had not heard of Air Attack, and I said, "Dude, it looks very similar to Air Attack," and he looked it up and he's like, "Oh, you're right." I said, "I love those; they're good, but Air Attack's $300."
Right. Yeah, he's for the price he's selling it for. He's getting his name out there. He's on a few big companies out there. I saw him on wasn't Brownell. It's one of those. I forgot, top of my head. I'm brain farting again. But yeah, his advertisement is getting out there. A lot of folks are recognizing the rigidity of the scope. It's a one-piece billet aluminum block. Everything's machined.
Yep.
In that.
And $129 for that. It's on sale right now, but he doesn't want me to put the video out yet because he said he doesn't have them ready to go.
Yeah. He's just waiting for the Type 3 hard anodizing. And like you're saying, I checked it with the lapping rings, and I threw it on there just to see if it needed lapping. Zero.
Yep.
Everything was.
Yeah. If you use a high quality mount like that, one that's machined properly, I don't think that's necessary. Yeah. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I agree with that one. That's for sure. But yeah, definitely incorporating the Picatinny rail that way. A bubble level, if anybody's shooting past 600 yards, a bubble level is a must.
Correct. And you guys know I'm a big fan of the LRA level. I know it's expensive, but there's a reason why I use the LRA. Basically, it's a digital. It's a digital level. I'm not going to call it a bubble, but it has LEDs on there, and most people will mount them straight off the 1913 rail. I don't. I mount mine vertically because it will work vertically, and it still works on an angle vertically. I was actually shooting with some Delta guys when this was still in its developmental stages, and that's when I first started using that. The benefit of it is you do not have to change your focus. When you get on the gun and I'm talking about in competition, like these snapper matches, and you're looking for a target, as soon as you see it and you're looking through the optic, you don't have to focus. Let's say you're shooting right eye, you're right-handed. You don't have to focus at that level. It pops out at you instantly. So I don't have to change focus or anything. I see blue, I know I'm ready to go. because that's one hashing between green, and you can adjust the sensitivity on it. Okay, this is the one I don't want to forget. Okay, so guys, on a Wheeler fat wrench, I know that will get you by, but a Wheeler fat wrench, and I'm not downplaying it, I'm just telling you the differences, and you take with it what you will. Let me try to get this pillow here a little better so you guys, I can talk and use my hands at the same time. Number one, that Wheeler fat wrench is not what I consider a field wrench. I'm talking about something, let's say you've got 3 days, you're out in the middle of nowhere, or let's say 5 days, and you're on a hunt, and it's raining or snowing, pouring down every day. That Wheeler fat wrench is plastic and it has springs on the inside. Let's say you get that thing soaked, it goes underwater, you're going to have parts that are going to have issues. But the bigger issue is this. Okay, let's say, look at my fingers right here. Let's say you have springs. And let's say the range of that Wheeler, and I don't know what it is. If you guys have one, maybe you can tell me. But the Borka goes from 10 inch pounds to 70 inch pounds. But the way it works off of a cam. The Wheeler works off spring tension. And I guarantee you it's very accurate in the center. But the closer you get to 10 and the closer you get to 70, you're going to have a much larger error. Okay. It's huge. It's the way springs work. Ken, I see you shaking your head. Are you going to agree 100% with that statement, or kind of?
I'm going to agree with that because I've checked it against a Matco, and this is a very high-end precision digital.
Yep.
And yeah, you could definitely tell that it's off. A couple down to sometimes over 5 to 10 inch pounds.
Yeah.
So high on a higher scale, like exactly what you're saying.
Absolutely right. So, and to some guys, you might say, "Oh, that's close enough." Yeah, it could be, but let's say you're mounting up and I don't know if this is you or not, but if you're mounting up, let's say a $5,000 Schmidt and Bender, it doesn't matter. I mean, it could be a Vortex PST. I'm just one of those. I want it right. I mean, we spend all this time. I mean, Ken's over there. I can see him doing something with pencils and everything. When you're reloading, you're not just throwing stuff together and shooting it. You're trying to do this stuff right. And I think the more stuff you can do right, the better you're going to do everything overall. And so, yeah, I know it's a lot of money, but anybody that does any machining or anything like that, or let's say you're an auto mechanic, you're going to have nice tools. I mean, it's typically.
Yeah, if you're putting together the rear differential in your truck, you got front washers and stuff like that, backlash, little things that you need inch-pound torque wrench. You'd be surprised how many times you need to grab 40 inch-pounds and tighten
What's
stuff
the
down.
basic kit cost? It's like $100 and something bucks, right?
Yes, if you don't get everything that's in the RH kit, which the RH kit, unfortunately, is the most expensive kit. You don't have to order the RH kit. If you send me that email, I'll send that information over to him. You'll get it off of anything. Like I said, he does not discount anything for sale, but I've got something set up with him that if I pass on the person's name and zip code, he's basically passing my savings on to people that watch my channel. It's something we were able to work out for me doing the videos, but he is not offering the discount. It's coming through me. Okay. Just that's how it needs to be worded. But from what he said, the basic torque driver that gives you 10 to 70 inch pounds, you can get that for 100 and some change. It's when you start adding all of the precision torque limiters and everything else where that price starts going up. Now, the John McQuay 8541, it's the Borka JM kit. I think it's like 240 something, whereas mine's like 280 or something like that. It depends on what you need. Some people don't need 4 inch pounds. I do because I run so many Night Force optics. 4 inch pounds is what you use on the clutch for your zero stop, and it's what you use on your cap for your cap locks, screws. And so it's very important to have that because if you strip one of those clutches out, you can't fix it. It's got to go back to Night Force, and it's easy to strip. But if you don't have a Night Force, you don't need that PTL, and you can save yourself more money.
Right.
The Vortex, though, is right at the same, isn't it? 4?
Yeah, Vortex was at 4. I think they're now wanting to do, I think they're recommending 8 on like their Razor HDs, 8 inch pounds. But he can actually customize those PTLs for whatever. So if you're running a Desert Tech and you need 45 inch pounds, or you're running a Spur and you need 32 inch pounds and you use it all the time, those PTLs can be configured to exactly what you're needing. And I needed 100 because that's an AI action or barrel clamp. 100 inch-pounds for the Night Force half inch. That's what it is. The Night Force barrel is only like 42 inch-pounds. That's something completely different. So 4 and 100 is what I use.
Okay.
So 100 is what you mount. You mount the spur to the Night Force, or is
No. The 4 is for
no,
Night
not the
Force.
4. The 100. What's the 100?
The 100 is the clamp tightness for the 1913 rail on top of your rifle for a Night Force.
That's for the
base or ring.
scope mount.
Yeah, for the heavy duty. Bryson commented, said the LRA Send-It is the absolute best. Ray knows the stuff. Well, he didn't need to put that on there, but it is the best level you'll ever use. It is expensive though.
It's only like 120 something bucks, though, I think, right? Or 200.
It's 200-ish.
Yeah.
It depends on which one you get. They're making a cheaper one now, a more cost-effective one. He just said 10 to 65 inch-pound wheeler. We just discussed that, so hopefully you caught that conversation. 4.5 torque driver wrenches at my daily job. I'll serve on all purposes. Okay.
So the most expensive toolkit is actually the one Ray's kit because it's named after him, but that one's right at a little less than 3, correct?
It's $280, but if you go through me and send me your name and zip, I can tell you your price is going to be 7.5% below that, because that's basically what I'm giving towards those kits to anyone that buys one using basically this process we're talking about.
So
Somebody said Night Force glass sucks. I don't know who told you that, but Uncle Dan, that is bad information.
So 259, if my calculator's right.
Yeah, it'll be right at that.
Plus
Ray, what is the price on the biggest toolkit? Like I think 285 is what. Yeah.
But we use that thing probably every day.
Yeah, I use mine pretty much every single day because I do a lot of stuff off camera for work, and I have that with me. I keep one in my truck and I keep one with me. Yeah, Jack, at work, 500 foot-pounds is most common. That is all you, brother.
Dang. The heck's he torquing now?
I know. Geez. I mean, even if you get crazy with Remington 700 action, do you get into that 200 plus range on your barrel to action?
No, absolutely not. I mean, for the Savages that I've been doing, they're like, I think 65 pounds for the barrel nut.
Yeah. The reason I'm asking you that is there is shot any of the Tango 51s or anything like that.
No, I have not yet either. Yeah, there's a lot of
very rare rifle. They're very expensive. Him and one other guy used 240 foot-pounds.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's a special cutter, and every rifle they make is guaranteed half MOA or better, and they usually shoot 1/8 or smaller.
Nice. I know the shouldered barrels. I mean, they get up there on torque. They have. I think they like require like 100 and something. I don't remember, but yeah, it must be something to do with de-stressing or something. The barrel, or put it under stress.
Yeah, Uncle Dan
the
said.
only reason why they said Night Force class sucks is because it's expensive and didn't want to pay for it.
Yeah, Uncle Dan says AR15.com said it. There's good information on ARF.com, but no, Night Force glass does not suck.
Any thoughts on the QD scope mounts?
Great question, Mike. I do not use anything QD with dots. Period. Direct mounts. I don't use a QD on my scopes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. QD is another same thing, there's just too much margin for error for something to come loose on.
Yep. Now I reviewed the one that Kinetic Defense had, and that's great for something that might be used in, let's say, close quarters combat or anything like that. Something that's, low power variable optic. But anything precision rifle, it's going to be, well, for me, it's going to be a JP cantilever, 5 mount screw, a spur which I have a problem with spurs. I love spurs because I can put the Raptor on there, but I've had 2 break. And so I machined new side plates out of titanium. We did 10 of them. I'm having them DLC'd right now, and I won't have to worry about that again.
Yeah. You know, one of the things, the reason why I don't use a QD is the fact that even though I travel only like a couple of miles from here to the range, it's all off-roading, and there's a lot of rocks. My truck rattles around, so all of that jittering, you know, you have that potential to become loose.
You being Netflixed again?
You know, she might be in that other room, so if y'all start losing me, I'm probably going to end up dropping signal.
That's all right. We're going to tie this up in 15 minutes.
This has been, I know I've done too much talking here, but we got on some good topics.
No,
I
good
like to
stuff.
talk about.
No, it's always good stuff. Yeah.
We actually, we've been having right around 19 to 27 people. So
Yeah, I have to do a shout out. If this is a normal thing you plan on doing, Rick, let me know. I'll put a shout out for folks to join.
no, I don't do anything that has time parameters because that means it's a schedule, and I don't do schedule.
Yeah, no, we never know what we're going to be up to, do we?
Yeah, I could be shooting at Ray's house right now, and I'd be like, "Oh, I got to go do a chat."
Hey, we've done it before.
Yeah.
No, I've been having fun. I got some extra days off this rotation, so
Yeah.
I've been having fun doing live chats and talking to you guys, and all sorts of good stuff.
I'm on call, so I stay up because every time I go to bed, and as soon as you get that deep sleep, that damn phone rings. That's why I'm up. So, I learned that lesson, and it sucks driving when you're half zombie, you know.
What do you think
Yeah.
about skeletonized components? Lose the weight or have better quality and pack it on?
You know, that's a great question. I'm going to let somebody else talk before I talk.
About having less weight on a scope or less weight for
Skeletonized components.
Like hand guards and stuff?
No, I think he's talking about mounts, like the scalar
Yeah.
works and all this other stuff.
All that fancy gizmo shit usually is just fancy gizmo shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for weight, for instance, if you're out there packing, hunting, definitely and you have the rifle set up where it doesn't recoil. I think that's where it will shine. But if you got a rifle without a muzzle brake and it recoils, I mean, that's just something, you know, eventually you'll break. And I just see more, you know, rigidity issues there. I'm not a big fan of skeleton stuff, especially if it's not just in scopes and stuff like that, but like an AR upper. I just get dirt and grime inside there and causes issues.
Oh, true story. True story. Here you go. You'll like this, Ken. I was going to review an F1 firearms. This was expensive. It was a PCC.
Yeah.
And I told you about the firing pin coming out. Firing pin retain coming out. Never the review.
That was at the farm. And all they had to do was keep that one side closed. And they would have been fine.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to shut up. Rick doesn't want me talking. You know what? I'm leaving. Dick.
They make really awesome looking firearms. I saw those at a show, but I was like, man, the price tag on those. I've seen them in Demolition Ranch at YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually got a Demolition Ranch rifle.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't spend that much for something like that. But
here we go. How about QDs on suppressors? That's great. That's a great question. Anyone? I'm going to shut up.
I know the one that you're running with the Thunder Beast. It holds at 0, so I know that one's good.
Right. I'm going to try more. I like the tri-lugs. These seem pretty easy. I don't know if you have any. Is there any bad experience with that, or your opinion on the tri-lugs?
Am I allowed to talk, Rick?
Go ahead.
Am I allowed? Okay. Okay, so technically what Rick said would be considered wrong because the Thunder Beast, the over the muzzle, is not considered a QD. That's just a self-centering, quicker attach. Okay. A QD would be like the Surefire, where it goes over and then you flip a collar and then it's locked. That is a SOCOM requirement for anything that is going to be mounted on like a machine gun or anything like that. It must have a locking ring so that it can't work itself off.
Gotcha.
You have pretty good repeatability with those. Now, the tri-lug that you're talking about, or a 3-lug mount, that's usually going to be on sub guns. You're typically not going to see that spring type attachment, vision type, just for like your AKs and all that. You have that tri-lug barrel. But the Surefire's got a great concept. I like it. There's some other companies that have those as well, have quick attaches as well. I have seen no issues with them. The only issue that you can probably run into is if you do not maintain a proper maintenance regimen, you can get that sucker locked on there because it'll build carbon up, and you'll either have a hard time getting it off or you won't get it off. There was an MP5 that an agency had that the officer never took off, and it was issued to him for like 3 years. It literally welded itself to the gun. And when they tried to take it off, they were using pipe wrenches and everything else, and they crushed the SD can.
Wow.
It would not come off. They sent it to a machine shop. The machine shop had to get very creative, and they ended up destroying the MP5.
Wow.
Yeah. So there is a maintenance schedule. You do have to clean that stuff. They're dirty. Suppressors are dirty. For anybody that's still watching, you'll be dirtier than you've ever been when you shot a gun.
You'll get freckles. You somehow grow.
Yeah, you get freckles.
And the ends of the gun will like just soot.
Huh.
There was a good question I saw here.
They are with about 10 or 15 round pipe on a direct impingement will literally be black. I mean, black. It'll soak up most of your lubrication. So you got to make sure you got it heavily lubed. Piston guns are a little better and they'll run cooler. That's running a piston driven system suppressed. And that's where the HK 416 really shines.
So I was going to ask, so if you're going to get a suppressor, you want a titanium tube and stainless steel baffles? I mean, what do you really look for longevity, basically for wear?
That's a great question. Okay, so it depends on the application. Now, Thunder Beast runs titanium pretty much throughout. It's the same thing I do with my suppressors, but those are not high rate of fire suppressors. Okay, so let's say you buy a Thunder Beast 556 suppressor. Let's say it's Ultra 7. You really don't want to do more than 90 rounds. At that point, you get really, really hot up there. And you don't want to get into that 900-degree threshold with titanium. So most of your full auto-rated cans are going to be steel. That being said, Thunder Beast just released a SHOT Show this year, a titanium. I'm supposed to be getting my hands on one of those. I don't know how long it's going to be. And a lot of them will use, your very first chamber, the very first baffle is going to be a blast baffle. And that's going to take the brunt of the heat and everything else. A lot of people use Inconel on that, or Stellite even.
Yeah, Inconel, yeah. The blast chamber, they call it,
yeah.
or whatever it is.
Yeah, the blast chamber or the blast baffle is the one that's catching it all.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I'm going to get...
if you go all steel, it's going to be really heavy.
Then again, it might improve accuracy.
Even the steel 22 cans, the small ones, man, those things were heavy.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'd hate to see.
But if you don't have a machine gun, and you're not shooting like one of these guys like Rick that blows through 60 rounds in 10 seconds, you don't need a steel can, more than likely.
More than likely. Well, sometimes
Well,
it takes 60 rounds to hit that steel target.
Yeah, but there's a downside to suppressors. You're going to burn the crap out of yourself if you shoot 60 rounds nonstop. The other thing, Ken, that you're going to have to contend with is, let's say you're shooting your 308 or your 6.5 and it gets kind of hot. Number one, you better have a suppressor cover over it, because the mirage is going to be so bad you will not be able to see your target. You know that.
Yeah.
But it's slower rates of fire.
That's why I like
Yeah.
it on the bolt ones.
Yeah, a lot of Inconel will be full auto rated on the first one. They usually don't use Inconel on every single baffle. Somebody was just asking that question.
Mike D.
Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why I see a lot of ELR shooters don't run suppressors. I think because of the high rate of fire, maybe for
Yeah,
some
DMR is a
applications.
completely different game. You really don't want to can on that because you're just shooting
Right.
so fast and so quick.
Right. And yeah. So I don't know. I mean, and it doesn't. I mean, a muzzle brake really also just for long range shooting just really tames the recoil and you get back on target to see your impact. I mean, I don't know why a lot of folks. I just noticed a lot of folks don't use suppressors long range
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, I know. Like at Competition Dynamics, when they're shooting out those matches, you're going to see a ton of suppressors.
Right. Yeah.
But your rate of fire is slow. You get one shot per steel.
Yeah. Yeah, they're required to hear for the F class matches. So I've been having to go with a friend and borrow his during the match. Okay. I've been doing local 300-yard F class matches. It ain't nothing to brag about, but those guys are, man, down. I can't believe the groups are getting. Some of the groups, if they get a 300 yards, I can't even do it 100. So,
Yeah.
That's that bench, that bench thing, that slide thing, right?
Oh yeah,
No.
the railgun. Yeah.
Oh, he's
yeah,
talking about railgun now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the railgunners. They also compete in F class, but so of course it's F class open, so they kind of incorporate what they know and railgunning and make their own rifles in F class, and those things are outstanding for shooting rifles.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing what they can do with those.
Right.
All right, we got 4 minutes. So Ray, you haven't talked all night. You got anything to tell us?
Nothing.
I'm just kidding. Someone had asked about your camera, Kenny. How's it coming?
I'm still working on them. I send out quite a bit. I have quite a bit of folks testing them. I'm just waiting for some feedback. I'm probably going to focus on a few folks just to kind of continue testing on these cameras. And once I get that dialed in, I'm going to release the short version. Basically, I call it the mid-range or short version to be the cheaper version, capable of doing 300 yards, 350, and it works really good. And I do have something working right now for a long range that goes out to about a mile, but I'm still testing other things. So just a little work in progress. I'm working on product cases from MTM. They also make your ammo boxes, so they're gonna come up with a case for me. That way, it's not just a cheap case. You can tuck it in your rifle bag, and it'd be nice and insulated and secured. So
Did you say MTM?
MTM.
I love their stuff, man.
Oh yeah. They're at SHOT Show. I showed them the whole camera. They're really interested. So I sent them dimensions. I'm changing antennas. That's why I told them not to go in production yet, but eventually that's what I'll be using is MTM cases.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Orion asked about the can that doesn't have a tube. They weld the baffles together. Does Elevated Science do one like that? Or I'm trying to think of who does that.
Night Force does that on their titanium one for the 30 cal.
Night Force, they make cans now.
Night Force, Thunder Beast.
Is it the QD or the QD trash?
No, he's talking. It doesn't have a tube. They literally take the baffle and weld it to the next baffle and weld it to the next baffle. So there's no tube that has baffles within it.
When I was checking out Elevated Silence, I think that's what you're talking about. I didn't see them have everything was welded together.
Yeah.
And they're titanium too. I want to try their suppressors out. They're based out of Florida too, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of good talk about them.
Yeah, the design looks a little funky, but if it's functional, I guess it's good. I have not messed around or heard any of the Area 419 brakes or the 419 cans, so we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, I can't wait to get.
Eagle, read that. Can you read the comment?
So you mentioned someone needing software for a router and Yagi setup. Last live chat. You know, need any help? Okay, software engineer, awesome. Yeah, I'm not a pro on an Arduino. I definitely need some help. I know mnemonics. That's what I've learned, but Arduino is not mnemonics.
I know Ebonics.
No, it's called mnemonics. It's like computer code for making IC chips do certain things. So.
All right, we're at the 2-hour mark. So you guys have witnessed lots of magic stuff tonight.
It's always magic with you guys.
Yeah, man, this is a great chat.
That's fun. We got to do this every night for the next 14
not
days.
happening. Not happening. Not
Ain't
on me anyway.
Ain't
I'm
no
gonna try to
time for that.
Yeah, I want to try to stay married. That'd be awesome. A little cheaper.
Yeah, that's the tough part. No, I told Ray, I'm like, let's jump on there for just an hour. And here we are.
Actually, you said no more than an hour.
Well, I only talked for 20 minutes. So
I don't know. I was the big mouth, but if you talk cans, I'm
you
going to be
know
all
it all,
over it.
yeah, for sure.
I don't know it all, but I've been around.
Yeah, you know more than most people.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get some advice because as soon as I get my license, I'm just going to take off buying cans and stuff.
Yeah, because you're only going to have to wait like 2 days.
Yeah, exactly.
I know exactly what that means.
Right.
Yep. All right. Well.
All right, guys. It's been a pleasure.
It's fun.
Absolutely.
Eagle, you got anything to say?
No, I'm just I'm kicking back. I'm actually trying out the new Lee app press. I've been playing with this thing for about a month now and got some mods and stuff. But yeah, I got some videos coming up. Definitely doing a review since I have pretty much all of the F3R machines scope mounts. I'm going to be doing a review on them, showing the weight and basically how it looks like, and also be offering that as a scope deal combo with the Arkin SH4 scope. So
what's the combo kit going to cost?
I'm looking at is it $499 for a good scope? It's a 4 to 14 power SH4. It's got an awesome reticle, first focal plane, and the scope mount F3R machine. So pretty much giving this thing away.
That's cool. It's an awesome mount for sure.
Yeah, so sub $500 or $500, and you got yourself an awesome setup, and you can take it out to long range.
Yeah.
Nice.
Love it. All right, gents.
Oh, one last thing, real quick. Uncle Dan asked about the one that looks like a turbine that doesn't increase back pressure. That would be the OSS cans. That's a decent can, but there are some other people that are doing the flow-through technology. The guys at OSS are super good guys, but and it definitely helps with some back pressure, but it's not the quietest thing out there either. Depends on what you're looking for.
There you go. All right.
All right, gentlemen.
Everybody, have a good night.
All right, see you.
Good night, fellas.